WerewolfLydia here, and welcome back to a new Living Dead Doll review. And today I'm super duper excited to do a review on these, actually, as you can see, two dolls, because it's the Romeo and Juliet set, and since I began collecting Living Dead dolls, this 2-pack was one of my grails, and I'm just so happy to own them now. I actually got these before Halloween in 2016, but I just only got around to do reviews of them now. So I'm really sorry about that, but I'm still happy that I am actually able to review them. So again, this is kind of like a retro review because I'm not 100% sure, but I think these dolls actually came out in 2011 or 2012. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments down below, please. And as you can see, this is as I said before, a 2-pack of Living Dead dolls, and actually this is my first ever, and until now it's my only 2-pack of Living Dead dolls, so that's really cool as well. And these dolls were Spencer exclusive in the USA, so they are kind of, well, they are not really expensive, but kind of expensive-ish when you are trying to get them. I was lucky and found someone in Italy who sold them at a great price, so I was just really happy to get them at the awesome price, and I didn't have to pay a fortune for shipping, because that's why I'm trying to avoid buying anything from the USA because of the shipping. So and the taxes, of course. So if some of you don't know, this set and the dolls in particular, Romeo and Juliet, they were based on a really famous couple in the 80s, and they were Sid Vicious and Nancy Spungen. So if you haven't heard of them or don't know their stories, you know, Sid and Nancy, it's a really popular story. So if you don't know their stories, please stop the video now and go search on Google, on Wikipedia, and just read the story, because the actual story that these dolls are about, and their chipboard poem and death certificate stories are really similar, almost alike, with almost the same as the story of Sid and Nancy, and again almost the same as Romeo's and Juliet. So you should go ahead and read that. And now let's move on to the dolls, but first I will show you the actual box. So here they are in the box, and sorry about the glare, you can see my camera there, but you will be able to see the dolls in just a minute. So this is the double coffin, and as you can see in the front, it does say the Living Dead dolls with those shiny metallic letters as always. But it's actually really interesting because that's the only thing that the plastic lid has on it. Like the cobwebs and all those little writings are missing that the other regular doors have, so that's really interesting. And here's the chipboard. It says Romeo and Juliet, and the font used for these letters is actually the same font as they used for the Sex Pistols. You know, Sid Vicious was part of the Sex Pistols once, before he died, so that's really cool. And you can see there that it says Spencer exclusive. And there's a faded picture of Juliet, and on the other side of Romeo. And the chipboard poem reads, "Death lies on her like an untimely frost upon the sweetest flower of all the field, consuming his potion, thinking all love is lost, and with a dagger through her heart their fate is sealed. Never was there a story with more woe than this tale of Juliet and her Romeo." So it's a really nice poem, and not all of the endings actually rhyme, but I just really love how they put all the story. And as I said before, it's really similar to the original tale of Sid and Nancy. By the way, you can see that the tissue paper inside the box is actually red, to represent love and maybe blood as well. And what's another interesting thing about this coffin is that it actually has printed on handles on both sides, and on the back it says Living Dead Dolls. So now let me just unbox them and show their cool details. And here they are out of the box, and they are just so awesome. I just can't get enough of them, and I'm just so happy that I have them, and I'm sorry about that, but I just can't contain my excitement. So first of all, I want to show you that what they come with. So they come with their death certificate, which I will read at the end of the video, as I usually do. And they also come with some little accessories. So this is a little green bottle with a skeleton head and some crossbones, and you can see that it says poison. So this is meant to represent the original Romeo and Juliet story, when they I'm not sure which one of them, I can't really remember which one of them actually drank the poison to I think it was Juliet, to kill herself, but not sure. And at the same time, this poison represents actually the drugs, because Sid Vicious actually died of drug overdose. So that's a really cool little detail. And this is the dagger, which looks amazing. I mean, look at all the detail and look at the blood on it. So this is more like representation of the Sid Vicious and Nancy Spungen story, because Nancy was found killed in the bathroom, and she was stabbed in the stomach with a dagger, or a knife, and that's how she died. So cool little details. Nice job. And now let's take a closer look at the dolls. So first I'm going to start with Juliet, because girls always first. So let's take a closer look at her. So here is a close-up of Juliet. I wanted to say Nancy. So if I say Nancy, I'm sorry about that, but I just keep thinking of them when I see these dolls. So she has a beautiful face, and she looks really calm, but then again she has this kind of evil look to her. I'm not sure how to explain that, but I'm pretty sure you can see. So she has this light bluish purple eyes with some really interesting smoke-like shadow around them. I guess that's to represent that she's dead. And she has this really it looks kind of black lipstick, but it's actually kind of like a bluish, dark bluish black. So it's not completely black. And she has really thin eyebrows. She has beautiful long black hair. And she also has bangs, but I don't know, mine's bangs just don't want to stay in the front. And again, they are not cut really well. So you can see that there are some longer parts left in it, so I don't know, I may have to fix that eventually. Now coming down, she has a cute little choker around her neck, and it's actually velcroed in the back, so you can take it off if you wanted to, which is really interesting, and you will see just in a moment why I am saying that. She has this cute little bolero type of top, which is made from a really shiny pink, kind of like a velvety material, or maybe it is velvet, I'm not sure. And it has some puffy sleeves, and it has a little stamp like of, or a little print here with a little skull. So I don't know, I think that's maybe representing some kind of clothing brand in the Living Dead doll world. That's really cute, and it has a cute little button in the front as well, and you can actually take off, it's a little snap-on button there, so you can actually take off the jacket or the little top. There we go. And underneath she has this sleeveless cute black dress that goes down about the height of her ankle, or knee, sorry. And the bottom part is kind of a little bit wider, and it's a really thin fabric, as you can see my fingers through it. It's kind of like a gothic-ish, punkish design, and it has some white ribbon crisscross in the front with a bow. And why I say that it was interesting that the choker actually has a velcro on the back but the dress doesn't, so you can't actually take off her dress, and that's kind of weird for a Living Dead doll. I mean, look at that. So the dress is actually sewn on her. So if you want to take her dress off, you have to actually cut the back of the dress, and that's kind of weird, so I do not recommend it if you are not a fan of like dressing up and down your dolls, because the fabric will become loose and start to I don't know, come apart. So I do not recommend cutting it. So that's kind of weird if you ask me. And you can see that she has 3 little black circle bracelets, and you can't take these off, so they are molded on, well, not molded, but put on her arm, and you can't take them off without breaking them, because there are no buttons or anything on them. And as you can see, one of her hands is simple, the usual, and the other hand is one of those molded in a way that she can grab something, and that's because she can hold the dagger or the poison bottle, so you can display her with those. And coming down, she has cute pink socks with beautiful black lace on them, and I think that matches her outfit really well. And she also has some black boots, and I think these boots are usually used for boy dolls, so that's really interesting. But you know, they have those punkerish design or feel to them, so that's why they gave that to her, because you know, Nancy and Sid were punkers, and that's why she has this look. So yeah, that's about it for Nancy. Now let's move on to Romeo or Sid. So here is Romeo or Sid, and as you can see, he's really cute, and I bought this set because of him. Some of you who watch my videos know that I'm a big Sex Pistols fan and a really big Sid fan, so that's why I bought this set, because of this cutie here. So as you can see that he has kind of like a grayish greenish eye, and he also has that kind of smoke like shadowing around his eyes, so that's why I say that I think that's meant to represent that they are actually dead. But he also has that coming out of his mouth, so that's interesting. And he also has those little thin eyebrows. His hair is really interesting, and I love it. It's not the usual hair that they use on dolls. It's kind of like a plushy material, you know, that you see on I don't know, plush bears or stuff like that, and that's why it stays like this. And you know, Sid had this crazy spiky updo, so that is why they use this to look more like the original Sid did. And he also has some sideburns, so that's a really awesome detail, and I just really like it. I like to style it like that. Now moving down, he has a chain necklace, which you can't really take down, only if you force one of these little ringlets apart. And he has a grey denim jacket, which is kind of weird because, you know, Sid usually wore a black leather jacket, so I am not really sure why they gave him a denim jacket, but that's okay. And it has two little buttons. One of them is red and the other one is white, and those are only glued on, so they are not working buttons or anything. So it's a little simple denim jacket, nothing on the back. And he has this sleeveless white shirt on, which says "Love Kills" with the same letters or font that they used on the box for Romeo and Juliet, and it's the same for from the Sex Pistols font. And by the way, again, the same thing about his shirt. You cannot take it off. You have to cut the back to be able to take it off of him. And I actually did that because I got these dolls secondhand from someone, so they were already opened. I'm guessing the owner actually displayed them outside of their coffins. So his shirt was kind of grayish. I'm guessing because of the dust. And I had to wash his shirt to get rid of that grayish color. And I actually cut the back of the shirt and put some Velcro on it, and it stays like that, so it's all good. So I may do that in the future with Nancy's dress, but for now I just left it like that because her dress didn't need to be washed. So yeah. Now moving down, he also has one of the regular hands and the other one that gripping hand. And he also has this really shiny belt. And I'm pretty sure you can take off the belt. Yeah, so again, the interesting thing, the belt actually has Velcro. So you can take that off if you wanted to. And he has black leather pants, which is really awesome, and I love them. And again, the pants do not have any Velcro on them, but I think you can actually slide them down if you want to take it off, so that's a good thing. And to finish his outfit, he has the same kind of boots that Nancy does, or Juliet. And I don't think he has any socks. I'm not sure, actually. The pants are kind of long, so you can't really see that, but I'm pretty sure, if I remember correctly, he does not have any socks, which he doesn't need because the boots stay on pretty well. So yeah. By the way, his hair might shed a little bit, so I think that's a usual thing for this kind of material. And yeah, so that's about it for Romeo, or for Sid. And now let's see their death certificate. So here is their death certificate, and as you can see, it looks the same as the usual ones with the skull and everything. And it says, "I hereby certify that on the 2nd day of February 1979, so that's actually the original death date of Sid Vicious, Romeo and Juliet has been pronounced legally deceased, sealed with a righteous kiss, a dateless bargain to engrossing death. Vacant eyes stare in undead bliss, with star-crossed lovers breathing their final breath." So it's a really interesting little poem there, and I'm actually not a really big fan of it. I don't know, I just expected a little bit more. But yeah, so that's the certificate poem. And the morticians are, as always, Damian Glanek and Ed Long, and there's the death date, the stamp, and all those stuff. So yeah, that's about it for this awesome couple. And as I said before, I'm a huge fan of them, and they are probably one of my favorite, all-time favorite Living Dead dolls. And yeah, so that's about it for my review. Thank you so much for watching. If you liked my review, please give me a thumbs up and comment down below. Do you like them? Do you don't like them? Which one of them is actually your favorite, Juliet or Romeo? And also, please hit that hit that subscribe button down below there if you want to see more Living Dead doll and other kind of doll and toy reviews on my channel. And yes, so thank you so much for watching again. Bye!